You're listening to NDX Radio. DJ Nate from Bethel, Kentucky. More lights, more sound.
Good afternoon, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So, today's going to be a really special broadcast. Oh, I'm telling you, it's going to be so cool. Today is going to be the keyword history. And the reason that's got me kind of talking about this today, though, of course, trust me, we're going to have plenty of jams too. Don't worry about that. Is I was watching one, my favorite show is called Ghost Adventures. Oh, I love them, everything. Well, right now I'm watching one on Fort Schaefer. They're actually at Fort Schaefer. And to be quite honest with you, though, this is actually one of our biggest forts that actually is still in use today. Like in the United States, at least I think it is. It's like over 100 some buildings. Is actually most of the fort now is shut down. It's closed though. I mean, you can. I think it says you can visit it, is what I was reading on though, but you got to have prior authorization because as of right now, still today, it is occupied by the Arkansas National Guard. So go National Guard. I'm telling you, makes us proud. So a lot of these little bit of history here though, and I'll get in some jams here too though, because we're going to do little bits and pieces over here though. It says right here it says Fort Schaefer has been used as a set for various movies. Interesting, A Soldier's Story in 1984, Biloxi Blues 1988, The Tuskegee Airmen in 1995, and it was featured in episode 10 of what I'm watching right now, Ghost Adventures. Now, I'll tell you some really, really shocking news that, especially if you're all a old singer type fan here, a little bit though, it also was kind of a house for a very special person that I'm just too excited. I can't let it go right now. That I will tell you all in the next break though. But trust me, he's still the talk of the day today. So we'll get right into that though. But going to hit you with some jams. Then I'll won't hold it any longer though. DJ Nate, NDS Radio, BKQQ.
Sing for me sweet lullabies. Bright nights of everlasting darksome days. Bright nights and wearing the stain you made on me. And I wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for the bright nights to lead my way through the maze. Laid under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer. The empire at our fingertips, the autumn to discover. If I would have had the worthiness to be the perfect lover, would you stay under the willow tree when I asked if you would be? Would you be? Would you be my Valentine? Would you be? Would you be my Valentine? Still I lie within the memory, devoted as your lover. You could take my hands and cover your eyes and tell me there's no other. Would you be? Would you be my Valentine? Would you be? Would you be my Valentine? Pray to find the right one when the time is right. Would you be? Would you be my Valentine? Would you be? Would you be my Valentine? Things things catch fire in America, and no one tires in America. In America, stars and stripes blind you. Can't you see while she tangles with liberty? In America, in America, whoa, 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 in America. Before the morning sun hits me, I'll still be out on the town. And when we're loving this hell on earth, we'll never have to come down, down, so down. And you will see America. In America, in America. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Heads or tails in America. In America. Rich make bail in America. In America. America.
You're listening to NDS Radio BKQQ. All right. Well, today is kind of like a history day, and trust me, I'll have quite a few of these because I'm a big history buff myself. But today we're talking about Fort Schaefer in Arkansas. Now, I've made y'all wait long enough. Okay. So here it comes. It was also housed for a short period of time. Somebody in the military, we probably never think it was in the military. But this is back when they had the draft and all that too, though. So people that you didn't think was drafted, obviously was drafted. So here's a little more history on it, though. It said from 1948 to 1957, Schaefer was the home of the 5th Armored Division. We got a ton of those now. This is the 5th Armored Division. On March 21st, 1956, the name of Kent Schaefer was officially changed to Fort Schaefer. And it was in recognition of the permanent nature of the base. For 4 days, in 1958, Schaefer was the home to, are you ready for it? Elvis Presley. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, big old time singer right there. I'm telling you, he's one of my favorites. Who was a part of his induction into the Army. Received his first military haircut. First one. In Building 803. In 1959, the home of the U.S. Army Training Center, Field Artillery, moved from Fort Schaefer to Fort Steele, Oklahoma, where it remains to this day. So that big part of that there is shut down, and most of the buildings are kind of rotting away. What there is now, of course, there's talk of, apparitions there or whatever. Though I believe in heaven and hell. I really do. I do. Honestly, though, but I mean, what I think is really interesting though is my part of these things though is the history. Now, when I read that thing on Elvis, I mean, I knew it was back in the, that this is back. You got to think of this is back in now. The camp was originally built for housing troops back because it was in the 1940s of Nazis. There was a lot of Nazi soldiers came through there that were housed there, captures and everything there though, and there were a lot of died there too. I mean, so we kind of had our hand in the, I guess a lot of the pretty much killing them too there though. But see, a lot of our history we're proud of. It really is. But this is kind of the part of the history though too though. Even if it's a little pinch of it though, we're not proud of either though, because it wasn't just for the military a refugee camp. There were some other ones like Chinese, Vietnamese people came through there. A lot of them from Cuba came in there too though. Came in there and died as well. Now, if I'm getting this mistaken, no, I think there's over 100 some buildings there. They all pretty much are still there. You got to get prioritization, obviously, because a portion of there is still used by the National Guard, Arkansas National Guard. And I don't think you want to come in there going, I have good intentions over two, though, and then pretty much get shot on sight for being the terrorist or something, even though you're not. So, you got to get permission, I think, from the National Guard and all that to come in there and do that kind of stuff, though. But Elvis Presley was there for a little bit, though. He's my favorite. Thank you very much. Yeah, so, I mean, my favorite singer. So, a little bit of history there, though. Got plenty more coming with you, though. DJ Nate, NDS Radio, BKQQ.
same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this is 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get a cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage and say sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
Listen to NDS Radio. DJ Nate here, BKQQ. Doing a history day today on Fort Schaefer, out in all the way out there in Arkansas. It is now home to the Arkansas National Guard. Has been for quite some time. So I just got done telling you guys, if you're just now kicking in here though, it was a home also for a short period of time during the draft. Elvis Presley. Oh yeah, one of my favorite singers. My mom's got one of his golden records there. I think I made about 70 or 80 copies of those, I do believe. So but that's not all it was actually housed to. It also was housed originally for actually capturees during the European war, like over in Europe, the war there during the 1940s, basically World War II. So a little bit more of the recap on it, going backwards here though, is Fort Schaefer was originally named Camp Schaefer. The camp was named after Major General Adna R. Schaefer Jr., an artillery officer, who in Europe during World War I determined that the cavalry was outmoded. And unlike other cavalry officers, advocated for the use of tanks. So yeah, that's pretty cool though, you know, right? And I do believe World War I is when they actually come out with the Sherman tank. So, you know, actually the U.S. military, I do believe, has maybe a few of those though, but a lot of them aren't really used anymore. They're replaced with the I do believe the M mods, like the M182s. I think it's one of them, like the bigger type tanks and stuff, you know. But here's a little hint though, a little fun fact for you though. The Sherman tank, where it was so small, could get around a lot faster than some of the big honchos. So, kind of a little fun fact for you guys there though. So, going to keep the history going. Also, the music for you guys too though is DJ Nate, NDS Radio, BKQQ.
I look out across the water, I smell the sun, I feel the breeze, but in my heart I hear the calling of my old home, Tennessee. We know where these rivers flow, why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time.
smoke on the Cumberland, and the fireflies at midnight, and the color of the leaves in the fall. Who are we to know where these rivers flow, or why the wind chooses when and where to blow? The sun is gonna rise each and every time, and I've still got Tennessee on. Yeah, I've still got Tennessee on my mind. Yeah.
That was Tennessee on My Mind. DJ Nate here with NDS Radio, BKQQ. So, got a little history rolling here today, though. I'm so excited, though. I mean, probably won't do these on every broadcast, though, but one of these days, well, like once in a while, though, I'll surprise you with, hey, guess what? History Day, whatever, and give you all some history on at least some of the buildings that I like, whatever, though. But it may end up shocking you, too, though. I probably definitely blew some of your all's gaskets a little bit ago, though, especially if you're Elvis fans, of him being a little housed there, too, though. But, back then, don't matter if you were celebrity or not, though, you were drafted, you had to go. So, it was a real rough time, though. But the most tough time for this actual fort was, although the preceding one of it that I watched before that was up in Canada, up there, though. There was a lot of British that were killed, though. 3,000 soldiers, ladies and gentlemen. 3,000, if not more, though, in one night was killed. I mean, it was just. It was crazy. I'm telling you. I forgot the name of it. I'll get the name back to you guys, though. But it was it's up there near Canada, right across from the Niagara Falls there, the lake there and stuff. It's just. But this fort saw more than that. 100 some buildings. I think I was watching Zach and them on there. They couldn't even cover the rest of it. It gets so hot out there. But now some of the a good portion of the fort, though, is still used as a training facility for our National Guard out there, the Arkansas Division out there. So make us proud, guys. I know you guys are out there, though. Probably a little rough on them, though, especially if there is some stuff going on over the other part of the fort there. But yeah, a good portion of the fort, though, is still used by the Arkansas National Guard. So but a little more history as we're going along today's broadcast. Fort Schaefer served as a primary center for housing refugees 3 times, from 1975 to 1976. It was processing center for refugees from Southeast Asia and held Vietnamese and Cambodian refugees after the Vietnam and Cambodian wars. The facility processed 50,809 people, 809 refugees of the Vietnam War, giving them medical screenings, matching them with sponsors, and arranging for their resettlement in the United States. Among noble children of refugees born at Fort Schaefer was that Nigerian who was later become an All-American linebacker at Texas A&M University and played professionally for the Dallas Cowboys. So, see? Even though some of that harm stuff that they got there, though, for some people, though, it ended up paying off. Because us as U.S. Constitution, or at least we try to do it this way, You know, a lot of refugees are still there today, though. They're just not of war. But if you think about it, though, it kind of is war. They could be fighting famine over there, famine war. They could be fighting a gangster war or something like that. You know, a lot of people came through these type of forts, these camps. Came through, went to the other side, and they're still famous today. Zach was on there talking to a guard. There used to be a guard there. Now he remembers a lot of bad prisoners there because there was actually a prison there too. One of them said if you don't go get the basically the main person. See, this was during a time that Bill Clinton, he was just a governor out there. You can actually see how young he is in that. Not a humongous fan of him though, but I'm just saying that it's like history though. So during the time, he was claiming that yeah, we're trying to do this and the thing there though is, but to be honest with you, it didn't happen. But if the guard remembers that the guy said if you don't go get so and so, it's like a higher person though, is I'm gonna go hang myself. He went and got this person. They were on the way back. He said all he could see in the window or the cell block there is his feet dangling. The person committed suicide. So a lot of bad stuff even to prisoners happened there too though. Went crazy, or they were actually kind of probably crazy already though. But a lot of stuff happened in that fort, guys. A lot of stuff does though. So if you're able to go out and visit that, I hope I get a chance to though. Of course, you know you got to have prior authorization. You know, probably got to pay a little bit too though. But I'd love to go out there and see that. Not for that's the reasons, but for the history. Going to keep the history coming as long as the tune's here. DJ Nate, NDS Radio, BK, QQ. That was Nova Berlin. Kind of fits the history though today though doesn't it? What I'm talking about. DJ Nate, NDS Radio here, BKQQ. So here's another history part of though is we're talking about it was also Cuban refugees that were there at Fort Schaefer too though. In 1980, Fort Schaefer became a Cuban refugee resettlement center, holding 19,000 Cubans after the Morel boat lift, and briefly making the camp the 11th largest city in Arkansas. The Cubans were brought to the fort in early May, and there were delays in processing the resettlement caused by the bureaucratic setbacks and rumors later proved true by refugee actions described here with them. Schaefer was full of Cuban criminals released from prison by Fidel Castro. On Sunday, June 1st, the detainees rioted, destroying 4 barracks and fighting with state police officers and National Guardsmen. 62 refugees were injured and 46 others were arrested. After the riots, the previously unsecured facility was turned into a prison, encircled with miles of concertina wire and 2,000 heavy armed federal troops. The riot was a major issue in Franklin D. White's victory over Governor Bill Clinton in the November 1980 Liberation election. Over 2 years, Fort Schaefer processed 25,390 Cuban refugees. That's a lot of people. A lot of people. But that part earlier when I told you that guy was a guard there at the prison, though, this is the time that actually was. He was a guard in 1980 there. So, a lot of history, a lot of good history we got in the United States, and a lot of bad. This is now falling into the bad part there, though. Yeah, Fidel Castro, I mean, it's, he's deceased now, though, but I mean, it's, or at least I think he is, whether out there is, but yeah, he was a bad character is what I'm hearing, or at least what I remember. So, a lot of stuff going on, guys. A lot of stuff going on, though. So, got about probably 16 minutes back on the hour here, though. So, going to end the history part there, though. Still going to get some more music coming to you guys, though, to finish it off here, though. So, I always have more history coming through these podcasts that I do, though. Don't know when I'm going to do them. You're never going to know that. But kind of shocking, guys, though, is. But today, take your hats off, though, for Fort Schaefer in Arkansas. Because a lot of good things happened there. A lot of bad. A lot of troops died there. The troops being Nazis, though, I don't know if it was true or not, though. There may have been some good ones. There may have been some bad ones, though. But most of them were bad, though. But a lot of people in general, refugees-wise there, died at Fort Schaefer there in Arkansas. But still is today called Fort Schaefer. And it also is the part there of Fort Schaefer there, too, is still active by the Arkansas National Guard. So, hats off, people. Give a big applause, though. Yeah. For Fort Schaefer, Arkansas, and the Arkansas National Guard. DJ Nate, NDS Radio, BK, QQ.
someone who doesn't care. Been running and running and running and running away from my problems. So here we stand on the edge tonight. There's no turning back now. I've been weak for 3 weeks. I can't think straight, no, I can't eat. I cry and I cry and I cry and I cry. The way I cry, it's time to say goodbye. Oh, this is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew. How much I've tried, what I'll do. Yeah, I've had enough. Treat you like you my everything, but you just shoot me down. 'Cause I am just your anything, you throw my heart around. This ain't true love, boo. This ain't true love, this ain't me right here. So I'm gonna leave you and be with someone who doesn't care. You've been lying and lying and lying and lying to me like forever. I can't believe that I watched it. I was too blind to see what you did behind my back. So well hidden that I lost my track. I try and I try and I try and I try. The way I try, it's time to say goodbye. This is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew. How much I've tried, and I'll do. I've had enough. You broke my trust. You killed the vibe. I've had enough. Won't waste my time. Love, you hit me down. Love, you hit me down. Love, you hit me down. Love, lost, I can't be found. Lost, I can't be found. Lost, I can't be found. Love, you make it so hard to breathe. You make it so hard to see. I'm blind. Love, you make it so hard to breathe. You make it so hard to see. I'm blind. Oh, this is what love do. I'm tired, this is how you lose. My trust for you, if only you knew. How much I've tried, and I'll do. I've had enough.
You're listening to ADS Radio. DJ Nate. BKQQ. DDS Radio, the hottest instrumentals from Bethel, Kentucky. DJ Nate, BK, QQ.
Sing for me sweet lullabies. Bright nights, an everlasting darksome days. Bright nights, I'm wearing the stain you made of me, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and I wait for the bright nights to lead my way through the maze.
DJ Nate here with NDS Radio, PKQQ. That's going to wrap it up for today's hour here, though. Hope you all enjoyed the history party here, though, too, though. I enjoy it more than anything, though. I do got a lot of history also in my family as well, as I'm sure you guys do yours. So I actually do like talking about it. And like, you know, I'm all about historical buildings, too, though. So hope you all enjoyed that. Questions of the day, or question of the day is, how are plans and goals related? Or how are your plans and goals related? Think of that as you go out throughout your day, though. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Hope you all enjoyed hearing about Fort Schaefer. It's one of our big history parts of the USA here. Proud and also, you know, probably not so proud there too, though, is. But for me, it's proud in my life, though, is because it's a big chunk of history, though. So I'll try to come back this evening. If I don't come back for the scratch test this season, I promise you they will be starting back up soon, though. It's just where I kind of don't feel good at night, though. But I'm going to try to get on later this evening. But if you don't hear that, you'll know what's going on, though. So DJ Nate, NDS Radio here. Enjoy seeing you all tomorrow. You all have a good one. BK QQ.
You listen to NDX Radio. DJ Nate from Bethel, Kentucky. More lights, more sound.